Hey, this is Derek, and in this video I'm going to go over the basic flow of Prosper202 with a quick overview of each step needed to set up the tracking process. Now I'm intentionally keeping this simple without introducing some of the new features of version 1.5.1 and the latest version 1.6. The goal here is to get a decent understanding of how Prosper202 really works, basically creating a solid foundation to work from. We'll get into the newest features when we go through the step-by-step videos, but understanding the basics should make it much easier to understand the newer features as well. We're going to cover some of the magic that happens on the back end of the server that you really don't get a chance to see. We're also going to cover the flow of a direct linking campaign, the flow of a landing page campaign, as well as take a more intimate look at how step number 3 and step number 6 work the real magic of Prosper202. And this should help you have a better understanding of Prosper202, why each step is important, and what each step really does in the whole process. Hopefully it will help the step-by-step videos make more sense as well. There are 7 steps in the manual sub-ID tracking process, with a few of those that are optional. We're going to go more in depth with step number 8 in the How to Update Prosper202 Conversion Data video. We'll cover both manual conversion data updates and how to set up automated updates using step number 8. So let's briefly go through each step now. Step number 1. This is pretty self-explanatory, but a little misleading. You can add much more than just PPC accounts here. You can add Facebook, the big 3 search engines, Big G, Yahoo, and MSN, PPV and CPV networks, StumbleUpon, and other paid networks as well. You're pretty much only limited by your imagination, within reason of course. That's one of the nice things about Prosper202, and it makes it so flexible. It allows you to track almost any web link to most any offer, and if you ask me, that kind of flexibility rocks. Step number 2. This is where you put in your affiliate networks that you want to work with. Just add them in. It's pretty straightforward. You'll see when we get into step-by-step videos. Step number 3. The most important part of this step is your affiliate URL and making sure you have the sub-ID information added properly to your link. We're going to go into slightly more detail here in a couple minutes when we break down steps number 3 and number 6. Then I think you'll see why it's so important. Step number 4. This step is optional if you're doing direct linking, and it's very straightforward. You're simply putting your landing page URL into Prosper202. Step number 5. This step is totally optional, and it becomes quite a time-consuming and management nightmare with larger campaigns. Most folks are just going to skip this step and track their ads another way. With that said, it is important to know which ad is bringing in the visitors and, more importantly, the conversions. Step number 6. Now there are 2 parts of this step. One is the landing page JavaScript code, and the other is the outbound tracking link. Now we're going to break down step number 6 here in a couple minutes, but it will probably make more sense when we set up the case study and test it in the step-by-step videos. Step number 7. You create your tracking links based on all the info that we've already put in Prosper202. It's pretty straightforward. This will now be your destination URL for your PPC, PPV, CPV campaign. You'll create a different tracking link for each network and affiliate offer. The only real thing you need to keep in mind is whatever PPC or PPV network you work with, you'll need either the dynamic keyword insertion or the target pass-through code so that you can get the keyword data. 2 exceptions to this are Yahoo and media traffic. They work by just turning on either tracking URLs for Yahoo or the target pass-through for media traffic. Prosper202 is designed to work with these 2 networks. It's just built in. We'll go over more on DKI and pass-through code when we get into the step-by-step videos. Step number 8. You do have a couple choices here depending on the affiliate network you're working with. Most CPA networks, for instance, support either tracking pixels and or postback URLs. It's actually pretty easy to set up, and we'll go through it in the videos. The other choice you have if you work with an affiliate network that doesn't support these is to contact the product owner and ask if you can get your tracking pixel placed on their thank you page. Asking for pixel placement is hit or miss, but it's worth a try. I only like to work with affiliate networks that allow pixel placement, and especially the postback URL. My only exception is ClickBank, and I just use sub-ID tracking with them when the product owner won't place a tracking pixel. Quick side note. The more traffic you send to a site and the more sales you get, the more willing a product owner should be to place a tracking pixel for you, and that just makes good business sense. So let's get into the direct linking flow. Direct linking for affiliate marketing is the easiest to set up, and only 4 steps are needed. This is for sub-ID tracking. When I tested it out, the tracking pixel didn't work for me with direct linking. This is for you if you don't want to have to worry about